Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to your May reading by sign. Let's see who we're reading for next. Oops, that is the token of Neptune, but a little Piscean energy. And then we have the moon. Okay, maybe we're getting a water sign. Cancer. There it is. All right, ruled by the moon. There we go. Neptune. Okay, so maybe your dreams are very potent this month. Your subconscious mind is powerful, so be careful what is put in there, what you consume, what is programmed into your subconscious, because I feel like it's going to have a profound impact on what you manifest this month. So let's start with your tarot deck, and we do have, of course, some major events going on as always. We have our full moon lunar eclipse happening May 5th. That is in tropical Scorpio, your sister sign, or sidereal Libra at 22 degrees. So we see this culmination maybe of something that you began around the new moon solar eclipse on April 20th. And lunar eclipses and full moons are always about releasing, letting go. So maybe a block is being removed. But also we have a new moon happening May 19th. And that will be in the sign of Taurus in both sidereal and Western astrology. So could be preparing for making the way for new things. And the fact that I pulled that moon token out might be an indicator again. Of course, you're ruled by the moon, but these might be really powerful time for you as well. Let's see what's underneath our deck. The Six of Cups. There's that Scorpio energy. So the full moon lunar eclipse, Scorpio. Anything you have in Cancer could be harmoniously trined by the Scorpio lunar eclipse, if it's the tropical system. So, we also still have Mercury retrograde until May 14th when stations direct, but it won't be out of the shadow till the end of the month. All right, Four of Cups. Okay, more water. Three of Coins. Nine of Wands. Page of Swords. And the Four of Coins. That's interesting. We start with a 4, we end with a 4. Cups and Coins, earth and water. Feminine energy of reception. 2 4s are often doorways. And the fact that we have it on the outsides here is just what's coming through. The Three of Coins. Some of you could be looking at a career change or just taking steps in a new direction to reestablish a foundation for yourself. Could be also with the Nine of Flames there and the Four of Coins. I get this conserving your energy for your own pursuits. The Daughter of Feathers is curiosity, research. I think there is a motivation to start something new, whether it be school or a project or communication. But it's definitely taking time alone in contemplation and seclusion, and we are using storing up that energy to make our move. We're not ready to go yet. The Four of Cups could be an offer coming in. You could be deliberating and weighing your options there. In the Three of Coins, you might have multiple offers to go in different directions. But there's going to be some discernment that is needed based on the steps you take next. The Six of Cups, it has this connection to your past. So 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Sometimes you may be feeling pulled in either direction, whether you should stay or go. Okay, let's see if we can get some more information based on your astrology cards. The Nine of Wands is exhaustion, though, too, and the Three of Coins being work, Sun and Capricorn. So some of you have been working very diligently, very hard, going to school while working. Okay. Cancer, your card flipped out. Nurture, comfort, and protection. I mentioned kind of you're withdrawing into your shell this month, putting up a protective ring around yourself. Next card we have is Chiron. Okay, hurt and heal. Okay, maybe you suffered a recent wounding or a revelation that was kind of painful to admit or accept. And then that might be part of this reason for retreat as well. Not defeat, but retreat. Pluto, yeah. It's like a butterfly in the cocoon. Cocooning yourself in this energy. House 1, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. I think you're reevaluating your approach to life, which direction you want to go, where do you want to push forward. I think that something's come to an end here, like with that exhausting work, that there's some other means of generating income for yourself or some other work that you're meant to be doing. And Leo, self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. So yeah, it could be involving creative expression. House 1 is the self of Aries, and Leo is also the sister fire sign, expressing, emphasizing the strengthening of the ego, the presence in the world, making yourself known. This is coming out of your shell again. We had the cocoon, the Pluto, where transformation and change is happening internally. And then when you're ready to express it and put it on the world stage, then you come out of your shell and you can be recognized here in the house of Leo. So there could be a learning opportunity that you're sharing with people with the Chiron energy there. Underneath the deck, we have house 7. So intimate relationships and open enemies. Profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. Okay, so part of your transformation or changing what you do for work or your location may set you up and expose you to, again, new people. As you change your identity, you're going to attract a new kind of crowd. And that's the 4 of Cups energy. It's like when you're not expecting it, offers are going to start coming in because they see the work that you've done on yourself, the changes that you've made. And that's what has opened up this doorway, again, of opportunity. So let's take a look at some oracle cards for you. We'll get your animal medicine here. Animal medicine for Cancer. And we have, you rule the 4th house of home and family. And we have the 2 4s that showed up, right? And the Cancer card. So this could involve your home, changes in your home of people or location. Or if you're not sharing your home with somebody, you may end up sharing your home with someone, or vice versa. And now we have, 2 came out, the deer and the skunk, 4774. All right, so the 15th of the month might be important because 47 is the 15th prime. And 7 plus 4 is 11. 11's our doorways, new opportunities. So I do feel both energies for you. I'll try to abbreviate the readings in the book to keep it shorter, but the skunk, that's the self-defense system. Your reputation precedes you. You might be putting off an odor or an energy that's repelling people at this time. And the deer is quite the opposite. It's more innocent, but it's also new. It's a baby fawn, So there's a dualistic nature to skunk, which I find fascinating because Cancer, your symbol is the 6 and the 9, the yin and the yang. And here we have the black and the white depicted on the skunk card. And even the little poem under the image says, "Skunk, tell me the story so I will know it well of how to attract and how to repel." So the title of the card is Reputation. Skunk medicine. Go ahead and laugh. This furry little animal has a reputation that contains a great deal of power. Due to its distinctive behavior, humans give this tiny, smelly creature a wide berth. The key word here is respect. Unlike other predatory animals, skunk does not threaten your life, but threatens your senses. You know this to be true if you have ever been in the vicinity of its spray. In observing the habit patterns of skunk, it is easy to notice the playfulness and nonchalance of its natural behavior. The I dare you attitude of this 4-legged creature commands you, as you observe, to respect its space by mere reputation alone. Skunk is teaching you that by walking your talk and by respecting yourself, you will create a position of strength and honored reputation. The carriage of your body relates to others what you believe about yourself. There is no need to bully, aggravate, torment, or overpower other beings when your sense of self is intact. And here we had the Leo rules the solar plexus, the ego. We have the Aries card, the house one, the identity. So this sense of self being emphasized. As with skunk, the resonant field of energy around your body is relayed through the senses. Self-esteem permeates the body's energy and is instantly recognized on an extrasensory level by others. Learn to assert, without ego, who you are. Respect follows. Your self-respect attitude will repel those who are not of like mind, and yet will attract those who choose the same pathway. As the odor of skunk attracts others of its kind, it repels those who will not respect its space. Skunk medicine people have the ability to attract others, and they are very charismatic. At the same time, the other side of their natural power is to repel those who seek to take energy from them without recycling the gifts they have taken, which is interesting. While I was picking up this boundary energy with the Four of Coins, it's often called the miser card, or pulling in tightly what you have and possess, and that can be your energy. And the Nine of Wands card, there's a figure that's surrounded himself with wands because he's been through so many battles, and he's clinging to one to defend himself with, and the others are propped up in the dirt making offense. So it's like who's good for you and who's not, and you exude that by who you are, by your character, and you will attract the people that are good for you. You can now see a predator from the mile away, people that seek to try and take advantage of your playfulness or your generosity or what you have to offer. And there's plenty of parasites and vampires out there, but now you have, I think, mastered the art of repelling those people when necessary. So skunk medicine people also know how to use the energy flows that will attract a lover. And I did mention that with the seventh house, Libra, in intimate relationships. Some people call this sexual magic, as it is akin to the musk scent that animals excrete to attract a mate. It can be dangerous to leak sexual energy if you are not looking for a mate. It puts you into a games condition that may feed your ego, but not how others feel about you. If you are attracting others who have an interest in you, you are in a sense saying, I'm available. This can cause hard feelings when the truth comes out. If it also leaks energy that you could have used in a more constructive way. So that whole protect your energy thing, the cocooning I'm feeling as well, because the Four of Cups we opened with, that's offers, unexpected offers. So if you are attracting unwanted attention, maybe it's time to evaluate how, again, you are subconsciously sending signals to people. In skunk medicine, it's good to learn how to handle energy flows. Modern psychologists call this body language in tribal teachings. This is your personal medicine, which you are showing to others. Use your medicine well and know that you are known by your reputation. How you use your energy will attract either honor or disgrace. You may want to examine what energy you are putting out that creates your present situation. If you have chosen this symbol, you are being asked to notice the kinds of people who are attracted to you. If they emulate favorable characteristics, have enough self-esteem to recognize those characteristics within you. Walk tall and be proud of the accomplishments you have made. Bear in mind that what you believe about yourself is your ultimate protection. Project self-respect. Okay, and the dear message being, dear, so gentle and loving you are, the flower of kindness and embrace from afar. And the title of this card is Gentleness, and this just jumped out of me. If you know the Disney movie Bambi, was it Bambi and is it not Thumper? That's the rabbit. I forget, but he had a skunk friend too, didn't he? It's pretty funny. So with the seventh house showing up again, you might just be attracting a gentle, sweet, caring friend, because the title of this card, Dear, is Gentleness. And summarize it, it says, Dear teaches us to use the power of gentleness to touch the hearts and minds of wounded beings who are trying to keep us from Sacred Mountain. Like the dappling of fawn's coat, both the light and the dark may be loved to create gentleness and safety for those who are seeking peace. So if you're not creating this cocoon for yourself, perhaps you're able to provide it for someone else, or you have a friend who is extending that shield to you. But Cancer, you're often known for being nurturing, for being compassionate and empathetic, and unfortunately some people take that as a sign of weakness. But with putting up the boundaries here and expressing that with the skunk, repelling those that don't seek to return that energy to you in a fair and even way, then if Dear has gently nudged its way into your cards today, you're being asked to find the gentleness of spirit that heals all wounds. And we have Chiron, right, the wounded healer, right next to Cancer. I know we may have the urge to heal the world, save the world, You feel bad for people, you have great compassion and empathy for people, but it's like we often deplete ourselves, the exhaustion, the Nine of Wands, in that role. And then we ourselves end up being hurt and depleted. So stop pushing so hard to get others to change and love them as they are. Apply gentleness to your present situation and become like the summer breeze, warm and caring. This is your tool for solving the present dilemma you are facing. If you use it, you will connect with Sacred Mountain, your centering place of serenity, and Great Spirit will guide you. Okay, so I would say, what is it? There's a term called detached loving. I get that sense that it's applicable here for some people, that if some relationship or partnership has become toxic, you can still love them, but from afar, by not putting yourself in harm's way of getting any more wounding. Don't take their wounds on as your own. All right, let's get a Queen of the Moon oracle for you. Pluto's the modern ruler, Scorpio too. Again, we have that Scorpio full moon. Maybe that's when you're shedding your cocoon. If you've been withdrawn for some time now. Or perhaps it's not till the end of the month. But let's see. Under the deck, Patience. Okay, so this full moon coming up on the 5th is actually called the flower moon. And it is the green corn moon, as well as the other name for it, and the hare moon, meaning rabbit. So this is, the crops are young. They're just starting to sprout. The corn is not developed yet. It's not ready for harvest. But I like that this is a full moon and that it's depicted there as a portal, it almost seems. It's like you're just beginning your journey. Things are fresh, like when a snake just sheds its skin, or, crustaceans, crabs, I guess they molt as well. They're the most vulnerable, right? When those kind of animals shed a layer, when they're doing their own work, and then they're kind of defenseless for a little while. But let's take a look at Patience for a minute. Enjoy the journey, not just the destination. The time has come to learn patience and avoid the lure of instant gratification. Slow down, take your time. Things are happening, you just can't see it yet. Be loving and patient with your body. I take my time to enjoy the journey. Important, yes. There are no quick fixes in life. There is no shortcut. It's this transformation of Pluto. It takes time. And then we have fear. Okay. It's interesting. There's another cocooned individual down here. Boundaries are good, right? But if we make the walls too thick and too high, then we don't let anybody in, and we become isolated. And that can be, destructive in its own way. Let's see. It's interesting. This is card number 11, and these two cards came out. 7 and 4 is 11. And so there's doors opening. There's definitely opportunities. Okay. So it says, the time for courage is here. Fear is only useful if it teaches you something. You must examine whether your fears are old or new, useful or unhelpful. Fear blocks flow. And we have the Leo, the lion here, though, the courage to break out of this comfort zone. Or maybe I feel like these crows are this person's fears, controlling them. It almost looks like puppet strings to me, and the cage being the confinement. Fear's holding you back. The mantra here is, I am courageous. If there is one thing that stops people from fulfilling their dreams or even getting things done that they want done, it is fear. Experiencing fear is built in, a chemical part of the way our brain works to protect us. Emotions such as fear cause the production of a whole raft of body chemicals that gives us the best chance of coping with situations that need our attention to survive. There's a healthy kind of fear, the kind that warns us to keep out of a dangerous situation or stay clear of someone who instinctively makes us wary. However, it would be a rare person who does not have at least one fear that does not serve them, a fear that is unrealistic or untrue, or perhaps based on an outmoded experience or something that is buried so deeply we only see the symptoms rather than the fear itself. Most fears have been formed with the positive intent of protection. We need to separate that intention out and deal with it in a more resourceful and less destructive way if we are to create ease and flow in our lives. And the companion stone or metal is aquamarine. So If you have any placements in Capricorn, I would encourage you to check that message out too. There was a message similar for them about maybe being paralyzed with fear or afraid to move forward, or fear. I feel more in your case, it's fear of letting people in with the 7th house showing up there because of past wrongs. Again, people violated your boundaries or they took advantage of your kindness. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move on to our alchemy card here. We have Vinegar, number 34. That's new. Well, this is a new deck, so a lot of these cards I'm not familiar with at the moment. All right, and the same author of this new deck is the one that makes this archetype deck, Kim Kranz. So let's get an archetype card for you as well, Cancer. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look. Well, it's acetum, vinegar, acidity, distillation, and memory. The tongue knows vinegar. Even the suggestion of receiving a few drops in the mouth reminds us of vinegar's sour and lip-puckering qualities. In alchemy, vinegar serves as an active agent of distillation, fermentation, and preservation. It is incredibly useful when applied in the right amounts and with intention. This said, it can be easily overused, overwhelming, and the situation at hand. When the vinegar card is present in a reading, it indicates a sour note permeates the laboratory. It is likely something from the past is showing up in the present and demanding our attention. It is in vinegar's nature to take over, to overwhelm. Be cautious with this material. A little goes a long way. As they say, it is productive to look at your past, but not to stare. Such is the complex energy of vinegar. Maybe that's what the fear is surrounding, looking into the past. We have Chiron there, which is old wounds. Scorpio is the depth of those wounds. Again, bringing that to the surface and releasing it. It's like addressing the elephant in the room. Like, what is it maybe that's kept you held back, or what has created that wound in you that makes you sometimes codependent or willing to compromise your standards, your boundaries, in order to please others or get them into your life somehow. But it's usually not a relationship worth having if that's the case, if that's what you have to go through, or that's what you need to sacrifice in order to get it. So we have Go Deep, review the allegorical Chinese painting, The Vinegar Tasters. I'm not familiar with that. Anyway, the side notes say the vinegar card may be used as a helpful ally in the laboratory to identify a memory that is causing trouble or grief. It is a wonderful means of distillation. Maybe that's what the fear is too, fear of looking into that, not wanting to open that door and clean out that closet. With such distinct qualities, vinegar can act as a surprising trump card. It sets the tone for all others that are present. Its sour note cannot be ignored. And that elephant in the room feeling. Now let's see what your archetype card is. The Temple. Number 34. Unbelievable. Or 39. Okay. Wow. Almost thought that was the same number. But okay, you could be 34, 39 years old, somewhere in there. The sanctuary, the shrine, the altar. When we think of the temple, we often envision the architectural structure in a far-off land. We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred, assuming we must expend much effort in order to arrive there. Yet the temple is a universal and omnipresent energy, accessible in the highest and lowest, richest and poorest of places. Visiting the temple might be as simple as stepping into the dappled light of the forest, slowly and sensuously kissing a lover, or closing your eyes to travel inward. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? Your phone, money, material goods? What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising. Offer it to the heavens. So yeah, if there might be a distraction, like again, this sense of avoidance, of not wanting to go there. When light, reverence for all, life is sanctuary. When dark, idolatry, cult, strict spirituality. Though indeed the temple travels with you, this card is interwoven with the pilgrim archetype. If you've been longing for a spiritual journey, book your tickets. The ancient yogis saw the body itself as the temple, every function and feature of it as an expression of divinity. Build a shrine with found materials. Don't spend any money, only time. So I like that there's the yellow and green card, the colors that are repeated here. That's the heart chakra and the solar plexus. Could be working on, maybe that's where the wounding is surrounding. That you'll be digging into this month at your will. How about get a rose oracle for you? Maybe your body's too acidic too. Needs more alkalinity, more fresh fruits and water. The crowning, initiation, threshold, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. So yeah, there's a woman giving birth here. There's a new life, giving birth to your new self, with the Leo card there in the house 1 and the self and the Pluto being death and rebirth. So it's like you're passing something, like passing a blockage out of your body. Okay. And finally, let's get some magic cards for you. Insight opens the third eye to strengthen intuition. Labyrinth, transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration, enlightenment. And the star, the silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. All right, and the sun, why not? Because we already have Leo here. Sun's its ruler. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. You just get this sense of warmth and guidance then from the star and the sun card, and the labyrinth encouraging elevation, a lightening of your load. Underneath we have fire. Element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion, and positive transformation. Absolutely. With Pluto there and the crowning, the birth card. All right, let's take a look at our angel cards. Cancer. Surrender. Okay, yeah. No more ignoring the elephant in the room. The blank card. All right, so the future is not yet written. It's for you to discover, for you to write your intentions on, and then commitment. Commit to the change that you know is necessary. Okay. All right, Cancer, I hope this reading was helpful. I wish you the best for your month of May and your process. Take care, be well. We'll see you next time.